there's a new law that hit in that you're allowed to buy hearing aids over the counter now. Before, you needed a subscription, you needed to go through the hurdle. Now this is the best way to actually get a hearing aid through Amazon and through other affiliates. Now this is a great item. If you guys can see, it comes with its own casing, and the casing has its own charger, including a cleaning material and including different sizes for earlobes. All right, not every human has the same earlobe, so there's different attachments here that we're going to try out before we even set up. Prior to setting it up, you got to make sure you charge both of the units up. All right, you got to make sure that you remove the little plastic in there, and I'm going to show you how to clean it up and step by step. And if you guys notice, it's a type C connection for charging station. It's a type C. So we're going to go ahead and set that up too. They give you the actual connection, but they don't give you the power to plug it in. You're going to have to provide your own, right? So let's go ahead and do that, and including step-by-step instructions, how to clean it up and how to maintain it. So to clean it up, it's easy. I'm going to show you guys how to clean it up, all right? All right, very important when you're cleaning them, all right? This is very important. You're going to have to twist one area off the other one, all right? The main system, all right, in order to clean it up. And if you guys can see it, once you take it out, you push it through the whole system to make it clean, all right? Do not do this when the actual hardware is on, all right? You need to remove the hardware. You need detach it from this and actually set this up and run it through. Right now, this is really fine thin plastic that you go to tubing that you need to be aware that you need to clean these out. All right, very important for those that are going to be maintaining this or have a nephew or maybe yourself. Very simple. The instructions are very thorough, right? It tells you red and blue, right? One significant, one is left and the other one's right. Just make sure you're aware of that too. That's important. They do give you extra bases, if you guys could see that, an extra one for, they give you two, the red one and the blue one. So just be aware of that. All right, on the hearing aid itself, you could distinguish from left to right easy. There's a red and a blue, right? And also a little mirror here so you can see all your accessories and other stuff in there. So it makes it pretty neat, pretty awesome. Now on the side panel, if you guys can see it, there's a little blue light, and that's where you actually see the charging station that goes. So you could keep this with you. It's gonna give you enough power for throughout the whole day. So you could take it on your travels, easy to move with it, so you don't have to worry about, you know, taking your whole charging station when it actually charges within itself. So if you guys can see, this is a solid piece, all right? And we have two different earlobes that we're gonna put in there. The solid one should be a non-ear dominant one, because if you put it on there where you answer phones, you're gonna have to probably mess around with the setting itself. Recommendation is put these on. If you guys can see, they have little crossings in there. They're see-through and they pass through, all right? So that's recommended to put on the side that you're gonna be answering the phones. Highly recommend it. I put some on my father, so because he's right-handed, it's going to be on the right-hand side where he answers the phones. This is going to be on the left-hand side where he's not answering the phone. Now, the settings behind the actual system, I'm going to show you some of the stuff. When you put it up to the subject, which is the person that you're going to put it in, you're going to have to mess around. Prior to setting it up, make sure you lower it down to the lowest, because if they start to hear echo, it's because these are not inserted all the way to the earlobe. They have to be in the earlobe or they're going to start hearing echo. All right, if they're out, it's because they're not the right size fitting. So make sure they give you everything included in the package. Very important for those that are going to be wearing these things. All right, maintenance is a highly recommended, or you're going to start losing a lot of the hearing and pushing the button up because you're going to clog it up. Make sure that that's important. All right, humans, it's a natural thing that you're going to see some earwax and some other particles in there. Make sure you put that in there, right? And then you got the little duster fan here, if you guys can see it. Clean it up. Highly recommend you using the cleaning up at least once a month, once a week, whatever the usage. Charging it, you could charge it overnight. At night when you go to sleep, the box is great for that. Take this on the travel, easy to go with. I love the box. This reminds me of actual iPod, so real handy, real neat and small. All right, very important. So when you're setting it up, one beep is recommended. When you get, the individual's going to hear a beep. One beep is recommended to watch TV and chatting with family or at home. Two beep is because if it's getting a little noisy, you turn it down. Loud, indoor public places, shopping malls and stores. All right, make sure you're aware of that. Three beeps In a very noisy place, like an environment where there's a restaurant, public places, concerts, many people are talking, just make sure you're aware of all the beeping sounds that it has with. This is what I'm talking about. In back of it, you have the settings in here. If you guys can see the settings, these up is the volume up, lower is the volume lower. Correct? This is where you have to make sure it's all the way down prior to setting up to somebody's ear. Now, the little portion of it has to stick out. If you guys can see it, it has to stick out. This has to go in all the way in through the entry, not too much into deep, enough so it could expand. Right? Very simple, easy to use. And those that are losing hearing, this is a perfect item. Those that go to concerts, you could even turn it off, completely off, and have this and use it as your, to block some of the noise out. Real simple, easy to use. So I hope you guys enjoy the video.